Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this tutorial, we will try to understand the chemistry behind the naming of Group 1 elements. Group 1 elements are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Now the first element is hydrogen and the symbol for this element is H. Now this hydrogen term is basically a Greek word. Now the question arises, why we call this element hydrogen? Basically hydrogen term is derived from two words, that is hydro mean water, and genesis, that is preparation or generation. As we know that hydrogen is the basic element of water, or in other words it have role in the generation or the preparation of water. That's why this element is called as hydrogen, and it was discovered by Henry Cavendish in 1766. Now the next element is lithium, and the symbol for this element is Li. Lithium is basically a Latin word. Now the question is, why we call this element as lithium? Basically lithium term is derived from Latin word lithos. Lithos means stone. Because this element was firstly derived from stone or mineral rocks, that's why it is termed as lithium, and it was discovered by John August Venson in 1817. Now the next element is sodium, and the symbol for this element is Na. Basically in Latin word sodium is termed as natrium, and its symbol is derived from Latin word, that is natrium. Now the question is, why we call sodium as sodium? Basically the term sodium is derived from Arabic word, that is soda. Soda meaning headache remedy, because initially it was found that soda have some properties or it have role to reduce headache. That's why this element is termed as sodium, and it was discovered by Humphrey Davy in 1807. The next element is potassium, and the symbol for this element is K, that is derived from its Latin word, that is kalium. It means that potassium in Latin term can termed as kalium. Now the question is, why we call this potassium? Basically potassium term is derived from term potash. Potash mean plant ash or burnt plants. Because this element was found in excess amount in burnt plants or in plant ash, that's why this element is termed as potassium, and it was discovered by Humphrey Davy in 1807 by electrolysis of potassium hydroxide. The next element is rubidium, and the symbol for this element is Rb. Rubidium is basically a Latin word. Now question is, why we particularly call this element as rubidium? Basically rubidium is derived from Latin word, that is rubidius, meaning red, because rubidium element gives red line spectrum. That's why it is termed as rubidium, and it was discovered by Robert Bunsen and Gustav Kirchhoff in 1861. Now the next element is cesium, and the symbol for this element is Cs. Cesium is basically a Latin word. Now the question is, why we call this element particularly cesium? Basically cesium word is derived from Latin word cesius, meaning sky blue, because this element, that is cesium, it gives sky blue flame. That's why it is called as cesium, and it was discovered by Gustav Kirchhoff and Robert Bunsen in 1860. The next element is francium, and the symbol for this element is Fr. Francium is basically a French word. Now why we call this element francium? Basically we call it francium after the native country of its discoverer, and it was discovered by Marguerite Perry. Hopefully this tutorial will prove helpful for you. For more such informative tutorials, you can visit the link mentioned in description. Thank you so much.